Welcome everyone, Mariano Gallardo here, and I'm going to talk about learningapps.org. It's a website completely free that you can use to create different apps and activities for your classes. As you can see, it's very simple, uh, and it has in the main website a video for a tutorial that you can watch. There has as well a donate button that you can use to help developers, and has three tabs to go to the application itself. But first, you have to log in. I already created an account, but I will show you the process anyway. You go here, a new window appears, you click on register new account, there you write your email, a password, you confirm that password, there must be a password that you can remember, accept the terms of use, and write the security code that is cap sensitive. Then you click on register account and it's done. You got your account to learningapps.org. So you log in and you can start using the app, which is not necessary to have an account, but if you are going to use it and you want to set up your creations, you will have to have an account to save it there. The first tab is about browse apps. There you can see a category for different subjects, the stages, which is the level of the subjects from elementary to more advanced, and some examples. If you go to English, you're going to see different categories about English, different apps already created by other creators, as well as the level. If you choose, for example, this one, Simple Pass, you will be redirected to the activity. Here it says that you have to fill related to the Highland Games on Scotland, and you have two lessons. The first one is reading a text, and you have to fill in with the verbs. In this example, for example, you go here with wanted, then you were, decided, and so far and so forth. When you are ready, you go to the bottom right corner, and there is a blue button that you click, and it will check your right answer and your wrong answers. As you can see, right with green, highlighted in green, and the ones that are missing or wrong with red color. Then you can go to the Create app, and here you will have different templates that you can use to create different activities. As the little picture in the middle says, you have to have an idea, pick the template that more fits to your idea, start filling the content that you will use in the app, save it, and then you can share it with your class or the rest of the world. For any more about this and get a deeper sense of what you can do, my classmate Victoria Calderon is going to talk about it.
Now, let's move on how to use learningapps.org for English lessons. First, let's set a class scenario in which we are teaching a fifth grade. The content of present simple and the learning outcome is the following. Students will be able to identify daily routines through a matching activity. So, as it was said, these platforms allows teachers to build interactive educational activities. So, first, we are going to do an introduction of the content, daily routines vocabulary, using flashcards, pronunciation practice, etc., etc. After that, we are going to move on to the activity itself. To make a student's life easier, we can just paste the QR code so they can get a direct link to the page. Now let me show you the page. As you can see here, we have daily routines images with their corresponding vocabulary. What will students have to do? They will have to match the picture with the word. So, for example, I have this routine and I have to stick it in here, just like this. Okay, but what will happen if they made a mistake? They could just unstick this and put it in the correct order. So, as you can see, it has all the vocabulary reviewed in classes. After the students have done the corresponding activity, we gave them feedback. Students will reflect on what they learned. Us teachers can ask them to write maybe some sentences using the expressions, or try and make new sentences for the daily routines. What are the benefits of using this tool for classes? Well, this tool encourages active learning through interactive and visual content. It also promotes autonomous learning as students can complete the task at their own pace. Also, the game-like format increases motivation and engagement, especially with younger learners. Also, by using learningapps.org, it can support the multimodal learning, which means learning involves multiple modes of communication, like text, visuals, and audio. To conclude, using digital tools and various modes in teaching helps learners to better connect with real-world communication and increases their digital competence.
Hello and welcome to our example section of the video. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna use the Learning Apps website to create different activities. Now, the Learning Apps is very simple website. You simply have to first of all select what kind of activity you want to make. So you can make like matching elements, group classification, timeline, puzzles, hangman, all these activities. Now we're gonna go with a simple activity, matching elements. Now here you can click and it's gonna show you examples of kind of things that you can do with the app. I'm just doing it at random, just this is how it would work. Now here you can go to create new application, and for properties, let's just say vocabulary to the title. You have to add a title. You can add a description. It's like match the corresponding words. And now let's just make it very simple. Here you can make a match. So you can here add different matches. For example, I want cat and another its corresponding match, gato. And here I want dog and its corresponding match, perro. You can also add more elements here. You can take off elements. You can make audio, video, images. We're gonna keep it simple for today for brevity's sakes. Here you can add even more elements that maybe they're not part of the solution, but they can be hints. You can make the cards color coded. You can hide once the correct match is done. We're not gonna do that. You can make it so you can change the congratulations message. So for example, just congratulations, and then a little just keep it simple, and then you can final edit and show preview. Here it's loading, and match the corresponding words. That's the description we set. And for example, I need cat with cat and perro with dog. And then you click here, and it's gonna check, and it's gonna tell you congratulations, which is the matches that I wrote. And then if you're happy, you can do also more. Let's look at a different app. Here, this one is already pre-made about the regular and irregular verbs. Here I made a little more detail. I get the descriptions. I made it basically so that you have to divide the verbs into whether they're regular or irregular. Here I already have all the verbs, all the answers, and then you can just go to click, and here's what I made. This is the final result. You have regular and irregular verbs, and you have to basically take it and click it and drag it. Swim is an irregular verb. Kiss is a regular verb. I'm gonna actually put all of them in regular. I know some of them aren't. It's just to show you what happens if you get some of them wrong. If you go and check the answer, you'll see it'll highlight which ones are wrong and which ones, of course, you can correct for the next time, and you get the congratulations message. That is just some of the ideas that you can use for this app. If you go here, you have so many different creation tools for different like languages. Even you can see what other tools people have made. If you go to create app, here you can make your apps with puzzles, hangman, like crossword puzzles, and like it's just a very useful tool. And once you're done, you can save your app. You do need an account, but you can then save your app, and it'll share the link. You can share the link, so just like here where we can see other apps, your app will show. And that's is just an example of the kind of like how the website works. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone! As we wrap up this exploration of learningapps.org, let's take a moment to reflect on what this platform offers and how we can make the most of it in our teaching and learning experience. LearningApps.org is a free, user-friendly, and flexible tool designed to enhance learning through interactive activities. Its main strength lies in its wide variety of templates, as we could see, from matching games and multiple choice quizzes to sequencing tasks and multimedia flashcards. Another standout feature is how easy it is to customize existing apps or create new ones from scratch. We don't need to be tech experts. We just have to choose a template, input our content, and we are ready to go. We can also embed our activities in websites, share them via link, QR code, and even assign them as independent work. Also, since the content is modular and bite-sized, it's a great way to support lesson objectives, learning outcome, and even offer our students extra practice in a fun and engaging way. This makes learning apps especially valuable for language learning, which is our expert area. But its versatility allows it to fit into almost any subject area. However, learning apps isn't without its limitation. First, while it's great for individual exercises or practice tasks, it doesn't support full lesson planning or detailed learning paths. We will still need to organize and structure the learning experience. We have to follow our lesson plan. Another limitation is that not all public content is high quality. Since it's user-generated, we may need to review activities carefully before using them with our students. And while the platforms allows for multimedia input, the design and visual layout are a bit outdated compared to newer tools, for example like Kahoot or Quizzes. Finally, Learning Apps lacks in-depth analytics. So if you're looking for detailed performance tracking, grades, or student data, this might not be the right tool for evaluation purposes. So, what do we recommend? Use it as a support tool, not a stand-alone situation. Learning Apps works best when embedded into broader learning experiences. You should also involve your students in the process. Let them create their own apps as a part of a project, a task, a revision activity. It promotes autonomy and creativity. Explore the public library of apps, but adapt them to your needs, to your student needs. You don't have to start from zero. And finally, combine it with other platforms if you need more advanced features like real-time games or student tracking. And if you like learning apps, here are some other platforms you might want to explore. We have WordWall.net, Kahoot.com, Quizzes.com, Educaplay.com, Genially.com, and Bamboozle.com. Each of these tools has its own strengths and weaknesses, so explore them and find the ones that best fit your teaching style and student needs. To close, we would like to give you a question. Could combining tools like Learning Apps and Quizzes or Kahoot enhance learning in our classrooms? That's for it. You can comment or tell us at the end or in classes. Thank you so much for watching. We really hope this has inspired you to explore learning apps like Learning Apps. And that was for today's video. Thank you so much for listening and watching.